there. Welcome to Marble Halls TV, and today I'm going to preview Arsenal versus Tottenham, us versus the Scum. This Sunday, that'll be I think the 14th of March. Well, we both had good results in the Europa League, albeit they had just an easy team to beat at home, and you expect them to get to the quarterfinals. We had a far harder task, and pound for pound, our performance I think was the best of the English club or the British clubs, if you include Rangers. But it's us versus them. To be fair, they've won the last couple of North London derbies, but even though they finished above us last season, we still won a trophy. We still won their Charles and Dave trophy, and they've not won it in 30 years. So that's good for them and good for us too. So, to be fair though, Gareth Bale's form has improved. Song and Kane obviously doing their stuff. But you can argue, being as objective as possible, that Tottenham may be a slight favourites because they're higher in the league. But if you look at their recent results, they probably won more on paper, if that makes sense. But again, more or less against easier teams, and I still think they're a very top-heavy team because they're still reliant. I suppose Gareth Bale's come before. They're still reliant on Kane and Song, and I don't think that's sustainable. I don't think they'll get top 4. The most they'll get is probably top 6. And there was an interesting video on Sky Sports about what's his name between Roy Keane and Redknapp about their squad. And Roy Keane was saying their squad's pretty average, and I have to agree. You look at if you take away Kane, Son and Bale, you have a man like Bergwijn, okay at best. Man like Lucas Moura, okay at best. Sissoko, okay. Eric Dyer, don't rate. Harry Winks, both okay, average-ish players. Davinson Sanchez, Serge Aurier. Doherty's not done well since he left Wolves. Ben Davis. Lloris, I know he won the World Cup, but he's not the best keeper. At the moment, he's declined. Alderweireld's declined from about 2-3 years ago. So you look at their squad, they're essentially being carried by Kane, Son and Bale. And I think if we're to win this game, we have to do a way to keep them quiet. The thing is, we have players who can damage them. So if you want to say who is favourites, maybe them just because they're higher in the league. But maybe their results have been a bit better, but who've they been playing? Relatively easier teams, right? So without further ado, I'm going to talk about the team that I would do against these lot. So just bear with me, yeah. So, okay, so Leno in goal. Well, I guess he picks himself. Tierney, I'll stick with Gabriel and Luiz, but I think they have to watch, and especially all the back four and Hector, obviously have to watch for Bale, Kane and Son. Tierney obviously has to watch for him well. Though Tierney going forward could hit Doherty or Aurier if he plays. But he has to watch for Gareth Bale. Gabriel and Luiz have to be tight, no mistakes, because Son and Kane and Bale will punish us. Same with Leno, no mistakes. I think Mourinho will recognise that Partey and Xhaka will try and match their midfield, and I think, to use an old cliche, whoever wins the midfield battle will win this game. Their midfield and our midfield really is not really that. The standout player for us in midfield is Partey. For them, I guess this season it's been Højbjerg. But Højbjerg for me is kind of a different kind of player to Partey. Højbjerg to me is pretty similar to like a Torreira. Someone who's a bit combative but has good short range passing. He doesn't progress the ball as much as Partey does. because Partey can win the ball, but he does like to carry it into these like final third to give to like a or Pepe or Odegaard or Saka out or Laka if he's playing or Willian if he's playing. But yeah, I think both of them have to compete well. I think Mourinho will know that too. As for attack, Odegaard did well, so I think he has to start in that number 8/10 position. Aubameyang, I think, has to pick himself. And I'll play Pepe on the left because their defense can be got at too. Saka, again, I'll start on the right. And really, if we can do our very best to keep Son and Bale quiet, because Mourinho's chatting shit about Bale may not be fit. He will be fit. These are just his norm. This is Jose we're talking about. It's just his usual fucking mind games. So we have to ignore that. Kane will be fit. Just mind games. You know. I was disappointed Pepe didn't start, but I think he has to start. I don't want Willian to start in this game. And yeah, for me, that looks like a balanced 11. As for the score prediction, I reckon we'll win this. I know we lost the last two, but yeah, I do think we'll win this. Because I don't think we've beaten them in 2 seasons. I think. Yeah, it'll be what was it? 2018-19, we beat them 4-2. But yeah, so yeah, I think it'll be narrow, but I think it'll be a 1-0 or 2-1 or 3-2, something like that. Because yeah, so yeah, if the likes of Pepe could expose Aurier or Doherty with his pace and come inside. Again, Odegaard can link up with Saka. The same with Saka if he could use his trickery to expose. Who plays? Is it Rahulion? And then go inside and link up with Alba. As for how the game will go, I think we'll dominate possession. Not just because we're at home, but generally because that's how we seem to play these days. Over the last couple of months, we don't park the bus as much as we used to. We do try and attack teams. Mourinho, I think, will look to keep it a bit rigid. May look to hit us on the counter. So again, we have to watch for that. We have to be disciplined. And yeah, I do think we'll win. But it'll be narrow. I'd say but any win against these lot is good. But for me, it will be a narrow, like 1-0, 2-1. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching, and yeah, let's hope we beat the scum and show them why, frankly, they're the inferior footballing institution to us, and even Chelsea is a bigger club than them these days. And these lot have no global brand and they envy us for it. So let's show them, let's deepen their envy for us on our global brand via a win against these scummy, lily white cunt lots. So yeah, thanks a lot.